Thank you very much, Dr. Miriam, for that introduction and for inviting me. I wasn't hoping to come up now, but it's okay. No, it's okay, I'm fine, okay. Yeah. Good afternoon, everybody, and you're all welcome here today. I thank the organizers for bringing us here. They have always been doing this, and it's very important because when we come like this, we know each other, and when you know one another, you will see that humanity resides in everybody, so that deserves respect at the end of the day. People have had a lot of troubles in life because they didn't come together. So these are occasions which we truly commend. I would like to talk tonight or this afternoon about the power of the woman and the importance of us treating our women well. Also, more, the importance of women treating themselves well and accepting themselves as they are, especially African women or women from African descent. A few days ago, I was in Cardiff to attend an event, and in that event, there was a powerful woman who talked to African women, and I wish that what she said should be heard by any other African daughter, mother, auntie, grandmother in the world. This event was the launching of a project called the Kumbu Kumbu Project, and I was told that Kumbu Kumbu in Swahili means memories. This project is headed by the Sub-Saharan Advisory Panel, and it will bring together voices from Africa and Wales, including African diaspora, people who have contributed to the civilization of this great nation, this great kingdom, and some of them that have been forgotten. There was a lady called Geno Legal. She stood up and she talked so much about the importance of the African woman embracing her Africanness. She made us to understand that no matter where you are born, as an African woman, you should be willing to understand and accept the fact that there is something beautiful and wonderful in you, something you have to celebrate. Even before the world sees it for yourself. Don't just go out there and feel that someone is going to validate you, commend you, accept you before you accept yourself. According to her, most of the problems we have as African women is because we don't accept our own selves. We always feel that there is something we have to change, and that we have to become like someone else in the world before we feel that we are worthy or that we are enough. That reminded me of something that somebody told me when I was a bit young. He was a very witty and old man. He said that you are not African because you are born in Africa. You are African because Africa is born in you. Wherever you are in the world, as long as you are black, you are African. And that is something you really have to take on board your life. Being different is not a crime. It's a spice to nature, a contribution of variety. Thankfully, this country today celebrates this. In the same realm, or in the same atmosphere, there is a lady I want to share her story with you here today. She stands to me as an epitome of embracing her Africanness. She's called Lupita Nyong'o. She's a lady from Kenya. She acted in a great film called The Black Panther. And when I look at her, how she loves to be African, how she embraces her Africanness, how she shows to the world that those who catalog human nature are in the wrong part of history. She stood up tall, faced adversity and difficulties, and at the end of the day, she's being respected and revered around Hollywood. She showed the world that the color of their skin has nothing to do with the content of your talent, and that every African girl from wherever in the world can make it tall in the world. One day when she was receiving her golden statue because of her great achievement, she said that, as I look down at this golden statue, may it remind me and any other child around the world that wherever you come from, your dreams are valid. Please, would you like to tell your neighbor that wherever you come from, your dreams are valid? Powerful statement. Tell your neighbor. Wherever you come from, your dreams are valid.
Wherever you come from, your dreams are valid.
That's her attitude. That's very powerful. That's a wonderful self-declaration. To know that wherever you come from, your dreams are valid, and the world is expecting you out there to go and make those dreams to become true. It doesn't matter whether you are born in a small village or a big city, whether you're black or you're white. Every African daughter should know that their dreams are valid, and they should dare dream big. Look at the lady called Oprah Winfrey. Most of us, we know her to be this great television presenter, this black female billionaire. But the problem is that we knew her when she already arrived. She's coming from somewhere, from a dark, desolate, and hardworking background, raised mostly by her grandmother, who taught her how to go to church and how to pray and to read the Bible, things that she still does even now. But the thing is that she was abused when she was young, physically and also sexually. One day when she had a great job, she thought she'd arrived, but she was cut out from television. According to these people, they thought that she was not good as an anchor woman. But Oprah didn't allow these things to define her identity. She didn't allow this impediment to hold her back. She did not allow anyone's opinion in the world to be her own reality. That's why, when her lawyer advised her, she created her own television show, which brought thousands of voices around the world, especially female voices, to tell their stories, to remind us that common humanity is shared by everybody. Today, she's an epitome, revered and respected by many people around the world, and many girls, including black girls, look up to her as their role models. Why not? You can be your own Oprah in your own right. It is true that certain things happen in your life which you do not like, or that something happened that holds you back, or reminds you that maybe you failed. That was just a moment to learn from. Pick the lessons from your past experiences and build your future. Know that your future lies in your own imagination. Stand up tall, young ladies, and face the world. This is your time and this is your place, and this is your space. Give all that you brought to the world with. You are lucky, most of you, that you live in this country now, because your rights are respected. It is left up to you now to go out there and prove that you are who you are supposed to be. Let no one limit or inhibit you. If you don't do this, no law can do this for you. No regulation can do this for you. No man can do this for you. You can be shown the road, but you are the ones to pass through that road. Help to encourage each other and believe that deep within you, there is magnificence that the world has to experience. Let's go a bit to the realms of leadership. There was this one president in Africa, she was called Ellen Johnson, the first female president of Liberia. I'm her fan. To me, she's the epitome of African leadership. Why? Because she was voted in a democratic elections, and when her term of office finished, she left that place. One day she said that if your dreams are not so large, so huge that they frighten you, then you are not even dreaming enough. She took responsibility for herself and for her country. She took ownership and leadership followed her. Her country misses her, and she's no longer in office. She's proven that women can be formidable leaders. And I think many of the male African presidents are jealous of her. They would love to be like her, but they don't have that courage to be like her. That's a big light of hope for most people. And you can be another Helen Johnson in your own country, in your own institution, in your own family, wherever you are in the world. Try to be the leader. And how do you become a leader? By taking ownership. Stop throwing blames and excuses here and there. Accept that things aren't going right where you are, partly because of your own contributions. Then fix your own and help the other people to fix theirs. That is leadership. In the realms of politics, you know of this great name called Winnie Mandela. Nelson Mandela that we know and celebrate and respect wouldn't have been the Nelson Mandela we know without the great Winnie. She was there with him in times that you and me were not there to clap for Nelson Mandela. When Mandela was passing through the dark moments of his soul, Winnie was there with him, telling him to continue, not to give up, to carry on, to persevere, and to endure. Even when Mandela spent 27 years in prison, Winnie's spirit was with her, or was with him rather. One day Winnie told the oppressors in South Africa that, to our opposers, know that whenever you strike a woman, you strike a rock. That was her attitude. Whenever you strike a woman, you strike a rock. Our women are our rocks. They complete our lives. Without them, we will not be who we are. Even though sometimes we can talk tall, claim this or that, but we know deep within our hearts that without them, we'll go nowhere. So know that you are our rocks, and even become stronger, bigger, better for us and for the world. Accept leadership and responsibility, and we shall follow you, especially when you lead well. In the annals of sport, you know Serena Williams. She's proven to the world too that people who catalog human nature have missed it. Making the voice of the poet to even become relevant when he said, "Frizzy locks and black complexion cannot fulfill nature's claim. Skills may differ, but affection dressed in white and black the same. If I were so tall as to reach the pole, or to grasp at the ocean and expand, I must be judged, not by the color of my skin. And the man is the standard of the man." Now, there are countless people, countless women, who have proven to the world that without them, our civilization as we have today will not be there. As we are sitting here, our mothers, our sisters, our daughters, know that we are waiting on you. It is your own turn. You have to leave behind a lasting, powerful, impactful, and transformative legacy. You don't have any excuse in the 21st century. The people I mentioned, most of them were raised in days so difficult than this. You are taking it all today from a platter of gold. You don't have any excuse not to reign, not to win. Don't blame anybody again. In the past, yes, women needed to be helped differently, but these days, they have been emancipated with documents and many things, so you now have to emancipate yourself from mental slavery. Accept yourself, accept your life, and prove to the world that anybody who thinks that a woman doesn't have talent is living at the wrong part of history. You are obsolete, and you should upgrade who you are and who you want to be. One day I was listening to a TED Talk from a woman called Jenny Franklin, and she also emphasized and underscored so much about women loving themselves, accepting themselves. She also feels that the greater part of the problem of the African woman, she herself is an African, is the fact that she has not accepted herself. She doesn't even know who she is. She tries to mirror who she is or her greatness, depending on the greatness of some other person. But you should be unapologetic. You should be unapologetically a black woman. You don't have to apologize for any biological gift that you have. On the contrary, just look deep within and see the gift that is within that color of the skin, and bless the one with that gift. And if you perform well, people will follow you. They'll respect you. And your place will not be compromised by anybody except you compromise yourself, your own place. I'm lucky I have a public speaking coach. She's called Benny Davis. When you go home, you can try to follow her. She's in Wales. She came from Jamaica. She's taught in the United Nations, in the House of Lords and Commons, in many great organizations in the world. And when I followed to one of her talks, she also says the same thing about an African woman thriving because she has accepted her own self, knows herself, goes there into the world to share her identity with pride and with dignity, knowing that this is our own time. Without talking too much, may we, especially the women here, know that the words of Lupita Nyong'o are true when she says, wherever you come from, your dreams are valid. And dream big. And there will be no limit to what you can do when you work hard. Thank you.